From the sweltering heats of the Mojave Desert to the unpredictable habitat of Tanzania's Serengeti, from the murky depths of the Marina Trench, from the exhilarating heights of Mount Kilimanjaro, you have the pleasure of listening to From Chicago to Dummast, the Dummast Podcast. What's going on with y'all, brothers?
Yo,
What's up, man?
what's good, bro?
Shit. Ain't shit up with me, man. This intro always blow me because, so I say, what do I say? Marina Trench, and it's really called the Mariana Trench. I just fucked it up.
I think it fits with the thing. I think it fits with the thing.
We just gonna keep rolling with that one.
Yeah.
What was that?
I don't think too many people gonna fault you for that.
No.
It's
I don't know. I just
blame it on the Midwest.
the funny thing,
on the Midwest slang, you know.
Yeah, there we go. Midwest slang. You got it. Hey, I likes that. Back when we first started the podcast, I think like the first 3 or 4, I would say that live, and every time I fucked it up. And every time I was like, yeah, I need to change that. Next episode I'll remember, and I never do. I never did. I'm sorry. So we just rock with it.
It's a piece of history at this point, bro.
Yeah. It's
Bro, we never
name now for your podcast, so you can't let it go now. You gotta keep the flavor.
Right. Yep. I never. Hey, that's always gonna be our intro, even though it's fucked up. That's always gonna be our intro. I love that intro.
I actually think it's dope because it gives you like a mellow mood, kind of help you relax a little bit. You know.
There you go. Yeah, just we sliding in. That's
that Sade thing.
We sliding in. What are we talking about, bro?
Pause.
It's sliding in. Just
pause.
Sky rockets in flight.
He said he gonna make me say pause, huh?
It's always some sexual innuendo with this dude.
No, bro. Y'all just take my y'all just take my jargon the wrong way. Y'all gutter minded individuals. How was y'all 4th of July?
It's cool. I burnt a bunch of sausages and stuff, you know.
You burnt the sausages?
Ribs, perfect. Steaks, perfect. Somehow my brats got burnt somehow. I don't know.
What was you playing? What was you playing that didn't allow you to go to that?
I was just about to say, you weren't on the game or nothing?
I was actually in the backyard, bro. I was just zoning out in the backyard. Do you ever just like Paul is a homeowner. I don't know, but sometimes you just get like, I'm pretty sure Paul got a deck, right? I'm pretty sure you sat on your back deck and just zoned out a little bit. Bro, I was just in the backyard, just like soaking it in, I guess. I don't know. It was weird. And I was like, right before I sat down, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take these off in like 2 minutes. Sat in my chair, because we got like this recliner. It's not a recliner, but it's like a lawn chair that can recline. So I was just in there just zoning out, playing music. I had my little PA speaker bumping.
What was you listening to? Was you back there listening to Migos, doing the icky shuffle and burnt the damn sausage?
I think Migos was in the playlist.
Okay, all right. Yeah, your boy is a smokeologist now.
You got the smoke?
A master smokesman, if you will, bro. So, dude, I brought like a 15-pound brisket. I bought like a 15-pound brisket, right? The brisket, like I said, with the smoker I got, it's a 36-inch vertical. I didn't even think about the fact that this brisket was not going to fit in the smoker, so I had to cut it. Cut it by 2. So I bought it was like $60 for the brisket, which is a good price for a 15-pound brisket. And I bought like $50 worth of spare ribs. Threw them joints in that smoker. So I woke up at 9:30. No, I'm sorry. I put everything in the smoker at 9:30. I woke up at like 8 to prep the meat and everything. I think I took them out of the smoker at 7 p.m. So they was in there for a while, just marinating. I would take them out, spray them down with some apple cider vinegar and honey. Big success, bro. Big success. My girl liked it. Man, that brisket, ooh, brother. I'm talking about you.
How long was it on there total?
9:30 a.m. till 7 p.m.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you got a good soak in.
Yeah.
And do you have what type do you have? Do you got propane or charcoal? What do you have?
It was a propane smoker. It's a propane smoker.
And did you have you how much propane did you use?
I don't know. I mean, my propane it don't have a gauge on it. It just got the little generic little thing.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think it's still heavy.
Do you taste
so,
it? Do you taste the difference between that and charcoal?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Definitely. I don't have. I have a propane grill as well.
Okay.
You
like it better than charcoal?
I think you switch. I think you would want to switch when you do want to have that kind of charcoal with the charcoal, the smoke. Mm-hmm. So, you put the flavored chips in there or the pellets. I was using both. I was using both chips and pellets. And I also bought this little, like I told y'all last week that I was just buying accessories for this motherfucker. But I had bought like this, it's like a mesh little tube that you could put pellets in. Mm-hmm. Pretty much turns anything into a smoker. So I use that as well. And I put that in the grill too. So, I mean, everything turned out great. Man, I love it. This is the way to go from now on, man. I mean, other than, just the prep work and just me getting used to it for the first time, I think that might have added to the time a little bit more, but I think it'll just get better and easier and more easy to use as I go along in my adventure of being a master smokesman. Yep. Other than that, man, I ain't been doing much. Watching a lot of NXT, a lot of WWE NXT, and dude, I've been playing Avengers like crazy. Have you started working on your characters on the console?
Nope.
Look at you.
I got plenty of time, bro.
I think I got about 4 characters or 5 characters up to about like almost 75, 80 on PlayStation. So
boo. You got to get them joints to 150, bro. You can't even do them mega hives until you 150.
Yeah, I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima and a couple others. So,
okay.
I've really been on PC.
I'm not pressed. I got plenty of time, though. I'm not worried about it.
When is the Wakanda joint coming out?
August.
It's supposed to be August.
Yeah.
It take, bro. I don't know if you remember. It take a while to get them characters up there, bro. It takes a while. Like I was using Thor today, and man, I think Thor started out as a 13. I got him up to 50 something. Took a whole day. But man, that's all. That's man, ain't been much going on, but trying to get my characters up on Avengers, watching NXT, and looking at smoker videos and recipes for, that's what's been going on in my world. What's been going on with you, Charlie?
Not too much, man. I really didn't do too much for the 4th, but some regular stuff. Played the game, watched a couple movies.
You say you've been playing Ghost of Tsushima?
Ghost of Tsushima, I've been on my PC a lot. It's a game called Gwent. I'm trying to get back into. It's kind of like Hearthstone, but a little bit different. But not too much of anything else. Really on my PC though. I've been playing that. Like I was saying, that I can't even think of the name of it now.
I heard y'all been messing around and tinkering around with OBS and trying to get stuff ready for y'all channel. I saw something Nina Mayo did with a live stream. She was live streaming. What was she playing? Outriders, actually.
Yeah, she actually got a commercial that she has. She's getting ready to do a fundraiser
Okay.
to try and help one of her friends do a fundraiser for his charity. So
Okay.
she got that going on. But yeah, we have been tinkering with OBS and stuff like that. I have actually. I got like a test stream I'm getting ready to do to see if I can get my my YouTube stream going. But
Okay.
yeah, I kind of been busy with that. I got a couple videos I'm trying to edit. So
what is your channel? So what's all gonna be going on y'all channel?
Well, my one channel is really just gonna have like all my gaming clips, all my streams and stuff like that. And then I'm gonna do like a separate channel for like live streaming the podcast and stuff like that. Probably like a once a
Okay. So
week
two
thing.
different channels. You ain't gonna be like us and just match everything into one channel.
Nah, I'm trying to do something smart. They say the algorithm treats you different when you do in like live streams and stuff like that. So
Okay.
I'm trying to duck an algorithm take and see what's going on with that.
Got you. All right, Ty, your turn, man. What's been going on other than
turn.
Yeah, it's your turn, bro.
Every turn is my turn. You don't get to determine what my turn is.
Hey, listen.
Like I said
last week. Like I said last week, none of us are God.
Are you sure about that, Paul? Because I'm pretty sure I have the God button over here. I have the God button, Paul.
The God button.
Waiting to see
the God button.
I'll be waiting to see if it's gonna jump off.
No, I just been playing Doom. That's it. You know, I was waiting on that ray tracing shit to come out, and it did. So I just been finishing up. I started over on the Windows Store version, so I can get my achievements and stuff. So that's all I've been doing.
I'm playing it on Game Pass, and it looks crazy now. Like it looks great.
Yeah,
it's a definite upgrade that you can see.
So I was before the show started, I was playing Doom just like last week. Before the show started, I said I was playing Doom. So it's starting to become a little tradition right before a show to get in the right frame of mind. Let me cut on some Doom. So y'all on Doom Eternal. I went back and I'm still playing original, not original, but I'm playing Doom.
That was a good throwback for me, bro. Because that was one of my. I think Doom might have been the first person shooter that I played. I'm pretty sure if it wasn't the very first, it was one of the first few.
I think that was one of the first ones. Yeah, bro. That was one of your first.
I was playing that on the Genesis.
What came out first, Quake or Doom? It was Doom, right?
Doom came out first. Quake came out first.
Did Quake come out
Quake
first?
Came out first?
Yeah, Quake came out first. But I didn't play the initial Quake, so I started with Quake 3 Arena, which was a totally different departure. The original Quakes were single player. Doom was more like a spin-off, I believe. I don't know. I could have the timeline all wrong. Sometimes I'm wrong, but that's all I'm doing.
All right. Cool. So I guess we doing things a little bit different because I see you got the PlayStation State of Play up there. So we just rock with that one, bro.
I just forgot to take it down.
Are you saying that's been up there? Has that been up there the whole time?
It's been up there the whole time, my brother.
I surely didn't see it.
I did not catch that, bro. I did not catch it. Go ahead and leave it up, bro. Let's go ahead and get into it, man.
We can do that first.
Let's go ahead and get into it, bro. We'll go backwards today. Today opposite day, So Ty, did you catch any of the State of Play?
I browsed or did a quick glance over it. It was happening while I was at work, so
What did you think about it?
I didn't see anything of interest really. I guess they showed. Did they show more of Deathloop, or was that really just the same stuff that we saw already?
It was kind of the same half a mission that we saw already. So I mean, it wasn't too much different. It was a little more in depth in what they were talking about. They had the actual producer, I believe, talking, and he explained a little bit more in depth in the. I think they had a chick do it the first time. I can't remember, but he explained a little bit more in depth about it. But
what? Hey! This is this show is a we try to be politically correct on this show.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. A
Chick.
young lady.
Yeah,
A young lady.
they had a dame last week.
No.
No, I'm
A
just
young
messing
lady.
around with you, brother.
But I think he had a little more to say about the story about it, you know. So, but
Gotcha.
other than that, Deathloop and maybe the game you were talking about, Paul, that we were
Jet?
talking about on stream. No, not Jet. The
Tribes of
Trials of
Midgard?
Midgard. Yeah.
Yeah,
That seemed like it's gonna be pretty cool too. But
yeah, that game right there, Tribes of Midgard, I'm definitely interested in that one. That one, I'm pretty confident I'm gonna get that one.
Okay.
That seems like a cool game to play. For me, and I already knew about Tribes of Midgard, so it wasn't that big of a shock. I thought the PS State of Play this time around, and I thought it was pretty weak. They did have Jet, that JETT Jet game. That game looks pretty interesting. Pretty much just going from planet to planet, harvesting and trying to build a. I guess you're trying to build a. I guess you're trying to find a planet to build a habitat on. I guess, or build.
Yeah, you're trying to colonize it.
Right. It seems pretty cool. I mean, I guess I got to get into it to see what more you have to do. Obviously, it's like 7 different characters on the game that I'm guessing all do different things. So I don't know. It seems interesting. I'm definitely I got my magnifying glass out. I'm gonna be looking for it and reading up on it. It looks pretty interesting. Other than that, man, I didn't see much. There's a few games I was like, oh, okay, yeah, but nothing that really blew me away. I think, in my opinion, I think PlayStation needed something. I mean, if you look at E3 back in E3, there were some titles, just a few. I mean, I don't think Xbox actually hit it out the park, but I mean, they had Forza 5 Horizon. So, I mean, that right there got me going crazy. And I just wish I would have seen something, not along the lines of that, but just something that they had that made me like really want to write home about it.
I had already had my expectations set very low because they said they weren't going to show anything about Ragnarok. They said they weren't going to show anything like basically big or anything about the VR2. So
I mean, they set that expectation
were kind of low. Yeah,
they set an expectation saying
anyway.
don't hope for anything big. PlayStation said this.
Pretty much, yeah.
Don't
pretty much. In a nutshell, if you read the articles I read, I could.
They don't need to do anything, bro. Like they're selling like
people
gangbusters.
they just that loyal. They fans just that loyal.
I was gonna say
don't expect the not from us now. Don't.
No, it's not. It's not that. They've shut down a lot of their leakers. A lot of people that leak video games and stuff like that. They've shut a lot of that down. So they want it to be a surprise. Like they announced that that Grand Theft Auto expanded and enhanced, and I'm pretty sure everybody wasn't expecting or didn't even like it. They said it was like the most disliked
yeah, but that's
trailer on YouTube.
Grand Theft Auto that's been released 3 times already. Like who cares?
What I'm saying is they really haven't had a video game besides maybe the Ratchet and Clank to show off the hardware like it's supposed to. And people aren't really, they've been tight-lipped a lot about everything that's been coming out. You hear a little eeks here and there, but other than that, it's been very quiet. And the rumors that people are trying to predict, they haven't been right.
They're resting on their laurels because they know they don't have to do anything.
That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like.
And in a few years, in 2-3 years, then they'll start dropping bombs. They know initially they don't have to do much. So that's what they're doing. I think
the end of this year and next year is probably when they're going to showcase the really big games that are coming down the pipe. I don't think anything big is coming for PlayStation until like Christmas time.
I'm okay. It's already been proven that Microsoft, the Xbox is picking up steam in a lot of those other countries. Their sales there has been an uptick in sales, and it's probably because you just can't find a PlayStation anymore.
They still gonna get smoked.
Definitely.
And
definitely.
You still can't find neither one though. You can't find either one right now. You can't find either one.
You can still find a Xbox easier than
MSRP.
PS5.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, the Xbox is definitely easier to find.
I don't know about that. Look it up. They said the Xbox is harder to find right now.
But
I saw, I saw a video that said that.
Or let me correct. Maybe not easier to find, but easier to procure.
I'm saying that MSRP though. That's where I'm at.
I've seen them plenty of times at MSRP. Plenty of times. Like I was
or a Series S.
Both of them. I've had more issues finding a graphics card than I did finding the console.
Oh yeah. That's not even
like I used to put links in the maybe not the chat that we're in, but the other chats me and Paul are in. I used to drop links in there all the time. You just got to jump on it when it's there.
Yeah. I remember, I remember.
I got links for graphics cards right now for days. Been getting them too.
This might have been about 2 months ago. Me and Price was up. I forget what game we were playing. We got off the game and we were still talking. And we literally found Xbox Series S's and X's all at the same time at Walmart, Target, Costco. For some reason, it was just it was one of them days where we could find it anywhere. But it was like in the middle of the night,
right?
And I can't remember why he didn't get one. I can't remember why, but yeah, I mean. You can still, but you just can't find a PS5 anywhere. Like they not even.
If it's not a scalper,
no restocks or nothing. Like
if it's not a scalper that's got it, then you probably not getting one right now.
Right. But no, the point I was trying to make is I think they needed to kind of do something because like you just been hearing, oh, we got Halo coming out. Oh, Forza 5 Horizon. We got this coming out, that coming out. It's just been like, one after another, and then with the excitement that's been coming up with Game Pass Ultimate. I mean, it's just I don't know. I think they needed to say something, or
they don't need to do nothing. I disagree.
I don't think they need to do anything.
They don't need to do anything
with all the PlayStation 4 titles that are like getting.
If you're so
the upgrade from the SD card, from the SSD that's in the PlayStation. It's really like games load seriously like now. Like I turn on Avengers, it loads in 2 seconds.
I'm speaking from the
Resident Evil.
You're speaking from a company standpoint. I get it.
Yeah, I'm speaking from the standpoint that they are a juggernaut and their fans are very rabid and loyal, and they know they don't have to do anything right now. So they're very strategic, right? Give it 2-3 years. Watch all the bombs start dropping. That's when they know they don't have to do anything right now.
Yeah. And like I said, that Ratchet & Clank is really the only thing that showing off the hardware right now.
Tyrese, if you were a fan, and I don't mean like your average Homer PS fan. If you were Tyrese, and you were also, if we lived in a simulation where you were a PlayStation fan, would you be happy right now?
Me? No.
Yes.
I'm not the typical PlayStation fan.
I understand that. That's why I had to frame that question that way. Because
I am kind of a lot of their friends, fan, I guess you would say, because I haven't owned the Xbox since the 360. So I guess you would label me a PlayStation fan, even though I have all 3 platforms.
Are you happy right now?
With what I have? Yes.
Yes.
I don't have,
bro.
I don't.
What did you think he was going to say?
I don't see how though.
Look at how Ghost of Tsushima looks. Look at how God of War looks.
And so my thing is, ask Charlie this. Ask Charlie this.
It's at 60 frames. God of War is 60 frames per second.
Charlie, do you think Xbox fans should be happy right now?
I think they should if they have Game Pass. If you don't have Game Pass, you're losing out. Other than that.
And if you didn't have Game Pass,
if you didn't have Game Pass, you might have chose the wrong one.
See what I'm saying? Like it don't matter, bro. People
just saying
it don't matter. All I care me
a PlayStation fan, but
all I care about is games.
I'm a gamer though. Yeah, I'm a gamer.
That's it.
I'm gonna play
so
it on whatever.
what I'm saying is okay. So you're
I've owned every PlayStation.
Bro. Listen, if I did not have
every
Game
single
Pass,
PlayStation,
but I knew. But listen. If I did not have Game Pass, but I knew the Ascent was coming out. I knew Forza Horizon 5 is coming out. Halo is coming out. All these bombs being dropped this year is coming out. And I don't have Game Pass, but I can still just go to GameStop or just go on a marketplace and just buy it. I'm happy.
The same thing. I could say the same thing about Horizon Forbidden West. I could say the same thing about God of War Ragnarok.
I'm gonna be honest. I ain't checking for Horizon Forbidden West. I mean, it looks cool.
Did you play the first one?
Like it's nothing. No.
It's basically like a open world, kind of a Tomb Raider-ish.
I get it. I've seen it, and
it's got better combat than Tomb Raider though. But
I wasn't a big Tomb Raider fan. A big Tomb Raider fan.
Here's the rub, right? Coming off of last generation, Xbox needs to do more. PlayStation doesn't. PlayStation is aware of that. Microsoft is aware of that. That's why you're seeing the tone that you're seeing right now. Microsoft has to work harder because they have to regain some of that market share that they lost. Right?
Yes.
PlayStation fans, I'm sorry, they're never going to be disappointed in PlayStation unless they
definitely hold them accountable.
That's not what I'm saying. Unless PlayStation severely drops the ball, PlayStation fans are.
What do you have to look?
Okay, they are the most loyal right next to Nintendo. I don't think Xbox fans really care about Microsoft that much. They don't care, right? But PlayStation fans and Nintendo fans overall, they care about those companies. They're invested in those companies. It's like you got to do a way lot more work. Like PlayStation has to drop the ball in the sense, like with the Walkman and with the TVs that they did. They have to do that before people really get super disappointed.
Let them had not had a lot of the PlayStation 3 games available in the PlayStation Store for PlayStation 5. It would have been an uproar. They did a pretty decent job of getting some of them games, and you can play a lot of their old games. They just don't talk about it. You have to buy them for like $1.99 or something like that. It's a lot of their older games and stuff that you can buy, and PS Now is getting a little bit better, but I think their quality of games is what keeps them in the peak of the race like that. They had single player games like a Red Dead Redemption or Death Stranding, or you know what I'm saying? They have games that are gonna keep you interested for a while. That
Death Stranding set your loins on fire. Death Stranding looks boring as hell to me.
It don't look like my kind of game, but apparently it sold a lot and people.
It's because it's a Kojima game. It's a Kojima game. It's gonna sell a lot.
Probably, but they just have a lot of.
Charlie, what do you have to look forward to right now? What are you looking forward to?
Horizon and Ragnarok.
I just told you.
See, Paul looking at it through the lens of his Paul vision, like he normally does.
I can tell,
which is not necessarily a bad thing. That's his perspective. Nah,
it's not that.
You looking at it the wrong way.
Too much.
Nah, you looking at it the wrong way. This not some.
Bro, I wish I had a PlayStation.
I'm actually putting forward a PlayStation favorable argument right now. So I don't know.
No, I hear you. I'm just saying. I don't think y'all are. I think y'all still favor.
I favor
Series X.
I favor the PC first, and then the Xbox.
I favor the PC,
and then the PlayStation. Yes.
Yeah, definitely. But you did make a good point about Game Pass. I mean, Game Pass pretty much pretty much sells it for me. But even without Game Pass, I still have more to look forward to right now than I think a PlayStation fan would have to look forward to. I think like Ty said, PlayStation fans are a little bit different. Where you guys,
I think they just have a lot of games out now that are not. I mean, they might not be a lot of quality games for people that play a different type of game, but I play all kinds of games.
I saw people
like I got Demon Souls. I still haven't beaten that, the remake anyway. I've beaten the original. I haven't beaten the remake, and it looks fantastic. I never imagined Demon Souls would look like that. I never imagined that, and that was dope to me. I got like Avengers. There's a lot of games that I have that I haven't played through, and that the PlayStation 5 got boosted for a PlayStation 4 game. So like I said, the games load so fast. Like you don't even have time to do anything. I bought Resident Evil, and like I said, when you hit that button to load into Resident Evil, you load in. It's like 0.7 seconds.
So here's my thing.
Loading into the game.
Like, I mean, it's pretty much like that on the Xbox.
Like Charlie will name the PlayStation games. Like there's only 2 PlayStation franchises I care about: God of War and Gran Turismo.
GTA.
Not Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo is.
And great. Here's the thing: I used to love Gran Turismo, and I left that alone. I left Gran Turismo alone when I got hooked onto Forza.
I play too many different kinds of games.
I feel like
I play platformers.
The PlayStation fans are more third person, single player.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Type of, and I'm
cinematic.
I'm far more.
There's not a lot of cinematic games unless you're playing Telltale on PlayStation. There's not a lot of cinematic games like that.
Their games are pretty cinematic. It's like
what?
Single player, cinematic driven type.
You just mentioned
type of game.
Horizon Dawn or whatever the name. To me, that's cinematic. They're
open world.
Yeah, but when he says cinematic, he's not talking about like.
I guess got some cutscenes in it.
Yeah, but it's the style of the game more so is what he's saying.
It's like, a story. It's
they're far more story driven. Yes, that's what he's talking about.
So y'all like open world shooters?
I was going to say I'm far more of a shooter, sports game, racing game type of guy. Mm-hmm. So, and again, I'm more of a PC player. You're talking about somebody who's been playing. I played Quake for like 15 years, Counter-Strike, stuff like that. Right. So that's my go-to.
You've been playing Quake more than 15 years, bro.
No, I've stopped playing Quake for a while.
You stopped playing? Okay,
I'm not playing it now.
You started playing. Okay,
so
like I play Madden, I play 2K, I play Live. I still have all those games. I got those games.
I play those.
Right, but the point is like. There's a certain brand of or style of game that PlayStation players like. The reason why I prefer the Xbox, I don't care about those single player story driven third person. I don't care about those games. I don't care about Metal Gear. I don't care about Horizon. I don't care about Uncharted. They are heavy in those types of games.
Yes,
right.
What's the game where the guy's walking around the? What's the game where the guy's walking around the planet? He's in his astronaut suit. It's the guy from Walking Dead. I think the guy from Walking Dead.
That's Death Stranding. That's what I just call boring. It looks like it's boring.
Yeah, it looks very boring, but it's that story driven, just
cinematic is what you said.
Yeah, it's I don't know, man. It looks cool. I'm not gonna lie, it looks really good, but. It's just I need to shoot people, man. I'm sorry, and I need to. I need action. I need.
That's why
that would drive me crazy if I'm listening.
The PlayStation isn't for everybody.
Be like 10 minutes. What was that?
Right. I said I don't think the PlayStation is for I don't think the Playstation is for everybody.
Right.
I just really don't.
Like Ty mentioned, God of War. And Gran Turismo. My games on the PlayStation was MLB The Show. They don't have a right to it anymore. And
they still make it.
Oh yeah, they still make it, but I can
he's
get
talking
it on
about
Xbox
exclusive.
now.
Yeah, he's talking about
it's not exclusive. They don't have the right. They don't have
any sports game now.
Yeah.
Is getting to that point because they don't want to limit themselves in the market share.
Right.
Which is smart.
Right. But I mean, overall, just to bring it back full circle, I wish they would have did a little something more.
I can see where other fans would be kind of disappointed, but like I said, my expectations were low reading the articles going in. So I kind of already.
I can't I would be upset if I was a fan of something that said we got this event, but don't expect a lot from us right now. Like that would I don't know. I don't
Bro,
know.
they don't need to do anything.
I know they don't need to.
They
but
know,
they
know the
they know their fans ain't going nowhere. They know they can't.
I think we're not giving any devs credit for the whole COVID thing too, being able to push things back and stuff like that. So,
bro, they could have just came out with the state of play and not had told anybody and just be like, hey,
I've been kind of mediocre on or kind of warm on all games that have been shown lately. Like overall, there are a couple games that have like completely piqued my interest, and I'm like, yeah, that's a day one title. But other than that, there have only been like one or two, and that's Xbox, PC, and PlayStation right now. And I think that's
it's not. It hasn't been.
It's mainly because of the virus and stuff like that. I don't
it's nothing really huge has come out in a while, and that's why I'm waiting. This brings back to the point, right? But this brings back to the point. Later on this year, Xbox fans will have something,
right? I think y'all have a lot more concrete dates and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I don't think PlayStation has any concrete date, but
because they're playing the long game. They know exactly what. I've watched this movie multiple times, bro. I've watched this movie too many times. Like seriously.
Like I said, with the chip shortage and all of that too, I'm thinking this generation is probably going to last about 10 or 11 years.
It's not going to 11 years. That's way too long.
I think it's going 10.
You're gonna have new consoles.
In 4 years, they'll be dropping a PS5S and PS5. You will get that, and then that'll go for 2 more years.
11 years.
Man, they got like 7 to 8 years, bro.
These machines are not gonna last 11 years.
I think so. The chip shortage and the virus then slowed it down enough. I think it's gonna last about 10. They might start announcing stuff.
8.
I
got my money
at
on
about
8.
Year 8. Oh, I can go with 8.
I got my money on 8.
Yeah, it's not going to be that
8 years.
There'll still be consoles out there from this generation in 11 years, but they're going to be the transition to the new ones before then. Yeah. I didn't see much at the state of play, so it is what it is.
It is what it is. All right, let's fast forward back to what I really wanted to get into first, and that's this whole Rachel Nichols thing. What is up, man? What is up with the diversity, the ESPN diversity? Tackle this for me. What happened here? Like,
she was recorded just having a conversation about not getting I believe the halftime assignment, like the halftime show for the NBA Finals.
The finals period. They do a pregame show, they do a halftime show, and the Jump does the postgame show as well.
Right. So she
was a little peeved. She was a little peeved that the black lady chose to do it and she didn't.
I think she could voice displeasure in not getting the assignment. I think where she went awry, and I was talking to Charlie about this in the chat the other day, I think where she went awry is where she made it like a racial thing. Like she made it racial. They're only giving her this because they're trying to look like they're very diverse and this and that.
To wit, I think she has a point though.
I don't think it's a valid point. It would be a valid point if Maria Taylor wasn't good at her job. That's where that argument falls apart.
I get what you're saying, but I think her thing is, and I'm not taking her side either. I'm just kind of like trying to see it from her point of view, I would guess. The Jump has been her thing. She has worked that show like basically from its inception to what it is now.
So that means they can never go with somebody else?
I don't think
that's what I was about to say.
So my thing is this, and I'm gonna give it right back to you. If they make a decision, like maybe they don't feel like Rachel Nichols is getting it done. They just got rid of Paul Pierce for something else. Maybe they're trying to shake stuff up a little bit. So for her to instantly jump to the diversity thing, I think it actually weakens her argument. But I'll give it back to you because I cut you off.
No, I think she has a point because there have been multiple outlets that have reported that ESPN's diversity is a little messed up. So I think she has a point where she is saying that they're trying to make themselves look good. and a point from the standpoint that she feels like she built that show from the ground up, like kind of like a Stephen A. Smith, kind of like a Stephen A. Smith. She has producing credits, I believe, in that show.
Don't matter. It don't matter. That's ESPN's show.
It is. I'm saying
that's
like
their
she
show.
feels like she feels like she's been grandfathered in on some Stephen A. stuff.
Doesn't matter what she felt. That's their show, and they can make that.
People get uprooted all the time. That's what makes it so. That's what makes it so weird. Nobody is really solidified there. Anybody can be gone at any time.
I think what's being not being misconstrued, but what's being missed here is that she was on the phone with the person associated with LeBron too, when all this jumped off, and this is not the first time that they've recorded conversations and put them back out.
Who recorded
and I think
this?
The dude,
who leaked this?
This is what I'm saying. They said it's a hot mic caught it, and I'm like, get out of here.
That didn't sound like a hot mic. That didn't sound. It sounded like somebody recorded her.
Nobody was sitting that close to a microphone while they were on.
It sounded too good.
You know what I'm saying?
It sounded too good.
Right, but I don't knock Rachel Nichols' point. I don't think she should have made it interpersonal where she's talking about Maria Taylor in particular. You could have just said, I don't think
that's my point right there. Everything that you just said, she could have said that without going to they're giving her this because she's black.
Right.
She torpedoed her whole argument. She could have said everything you said. She's there for the ground up. She got producer this. She could have just said all of that. You didn't have to say the other part. Once you say the other part, your argument is gonna fall apart. Because again, it's like somebody saying Jalen Rose only got this because he's a black man. When Jalen Rose is very good at what he does. You see what I'm saying?
Jalen Rose was a great basketball player, and to me that equates when you go to like being an analyst. If you're a great player, you're gonna be a great analyst because you can break the game down to a move instead of breaking it down over a play. You can break it down to a move. You know what I'm saying? So, I see what you're saying though, and I understand.
Yeah, if it falls apart, if Maria Taylor was kind of garbage at what she does, then she probably would have a point. But I've watched her on those shows.
Well, Maria Taylor is not pretty good. She is great, bro.
Yeah,
like she definitely understands basketball. She has played basketball, and she can definitely break down and sit down with the best of men to sit down and talk basketball as well. I love Maria Taylor. But I was just like, I can kind of see where Rachel Nichols is kind of coming from. I'm not, like I said, I'm not taking her side. I just can kind of see where she's coming from in that perspective. I don't think she should have said it the way she said it.
She messed her on. She herself
definitely, she killed herself when she did that. But
also she was having a.
She didn't know she was having a personal conversation that got recorded. And this is the same thing I was talking to my best friend about with the Donald Sterling thing. That was a a private conversation that got recorded and put out, and he lost his team. I'm not saying I'm okay with him being racist and owning the team either. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is for him to lose his team over his beliefs or what he believes is kind of redundant.
If it was a one-time thing for Donald Sterling, he probably wouldn't have lost.
Yeah, that would be different.
But
you're right.
He had a little bit of a history, so you got to take everything in context.
No, definitely.
About that.
Definitely.
I don't care nothing about that old man. I don't care nothing about that old man.
Like I said, I don't give.
But here's the thing. I
him.
think with and just to go to something else, we going to Donald Sterling now. I think people handled that the wrong way. I think people should have. I think they shouldn't have took the court. And this happened while they was in the playoffs. Just don't go.
I believe so too.
Don't take the court.
I believe so too.
And
you know
make
how much
him
revenue
lose
you would
money
have cost him?
Because this dude bought that team for pennies on the dollar at that point. You know what I'm saying? He made a huge profit. So he didn't lose in this situation. He didn't lose in this situation.
Right.
They should have not took the court and made him lose money.
And then
he sold the team at a distressed price.
Like he's saying, if you sit out those playoff games and you make them lose revenue, he has to sell the team for a lower price.
Yeah,
that way he loses.
But in the long run, the NBA is still connected to that. They're not going to allow that to happen. So the NBA is going to step in and do something. So they don't want any of the teams to have a lower value.
Well, here's the thing.
So
then the NBA push him out. But
that's what they did.
Sell
they did.
That's what the NBA did. They pushed them out.
They did. They really did. They really.
That's exactly what the NBA did. The
NBA
actually
froze him out.
You got to understand, if one NBA team loses value, it's going to drag down value of other NBA teams. So
exactly.
that's not. They're not going to let that fester. NFL. Yeah, they're not going to let that fester for that long. You know,
it's too. And also, I think the NBA is like 83% black. So
you got to do something.
You can't have something like that sitting and festering. But I still believe they went about it the wrong way.
I think they went about it the wrong way. They could have did something that
I think overall the way it was.
That dude probably somewhat
players. I have no problem with what they did at all. You got to look at it as a brand, bro. It's not just the individual business. You're part of a commission network. You're part of a commission network. Yeah. You can't let one.
They have a collective bargaining agreement.
Yeah, you can't let one just sit there and.
I see what y'all saying.
It's not gonna happen.
In the end, that this dude really hurt.
It's not about him. It's about the NBA.
Came out like a champ.
It's not about him.
He's the one who said what he said, and everybody got mad.
But it's not about
who said what he said, and everybody got mad.
What happened with him is not about him, though. You're looking at like they were just being punitive about him. It's like you got a channel, he got a channel, I got a channel, right? But we're all connected under business. Once one of those channels or businesses do something to drag down the whole brand, you're gonna sever ties either with the whole channel or the person that's running the channel so that you can rebuild it. So there's literally, they had no choice. They had to do what they did.
Yeah.
They had to.
Like you said, because all they have a market share that they all pull from.
I get what I'm saying. I get all that. My focus is on this white dude, on this old white racist dude. Who said what he said. Everybody got mad. And now everybody, yeah, they got him out. Yeah, they got no, you didn't yes, you got him out. This dude walked away laughing. How did he ever get hurt? Is that dude still alive?
I'm sure he is.
Yeah. Definitely. He got money.
Okay. He old.
Best doctor.
I heard he had dementia. His wife left him and everything.
Born in Chicago, actually.
It didn't hurt that. It didn't hurt that sale.
No.
How much was that sale for?
Like $224 million. That dude like y'all hurt.
And the team worth like 500 now, almost 500.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah. Man, they say he bought that team for like $1 million or something like that, and
I believe
it was a
low amount when he bought that team.
1977 or something like that.
He was going to make a grip.
The San Diego Clippers or something.
He was going to make a grip regardless.
Regardless, yeah, he was going to make that regardless.
Definitely,
you're right.
And he was making money hand over fist at the moment that he had to sell it anyway. The team had never been that good, you know.
Let's go back to this Rachel Nichols thing. So, who leaked this? Like, who was she talking to? This couldn't, like you said, this could not have been a hot mic issue.
It might have been a hot mic. So just think about this.
If I'm not mistaken, not to cut you off, Ty, my bad. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was a PR rep for Clutch Sports or someone close to LeBron James.
That's the one she was talking to. We don't know. We don't know if he's the one who leaked it, because I saw a report that an ESPN worker gave it to Maria Taylor. So where did she get it from?
See, there you go.
You see what I'm saying? So
email or something like that. You know, you never know.
It could have actually been a hot mic that somebody at ESPN recorded. You see what I'm saying? But we don't know.
Who's talking to her?
She was talking to LeBron. No, it don't need to. Well, that's a good question.
Wait. She was what? She was doing what? She was talking to who?
Because you heard his side of the conversation as well. Right.
You hear both sides of the conversation. My thing is,
she was talking to LeBron's brother.
No.
What are you saying? I thought you said
this guy.
Who is she talking to?
It's a PR rep that works with LeBron.
Right.
Okay.
And Clutch Sports.
You said LeBron's brother. I'm like, what? Why?
Clutch Sports is the first article I saw that broke with it, and then I saw ESPN and a couple other articles after that.
So why is this lady not canceled right now? Like, it seems
I don't think she should be canceled.
I don't think she should be over this.
For one, I don't agree with cancel culture. Secondly,
I don't think she should be.
I don't think what she said was racist or anything. I do think it was wrong. It was wrong in the sense that she attacked her inadvertently because of her race, right?
I think it was
but that wasn't the motivation. It was essentially her entitlement was speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So you do have some racial issues there, but I don't think what she said was racist per se. I think she was downplaying Maria Taylor, saying that she only got it because of this, which, it is what it is. But maybe
I
ESPN.
It was prejudice. It was prejudice. It wasn't racist.
I don't even think she was judging her. Was she judging her?
I guess if you look at, like
but I mean, she basically
to me she was saying she was a little more effective than Maria Taylor was going to be. Is how I read it.
I think she was saying what you were saying earlier. I've been here. Right. I've put in the time. I should have the job. That's entitlement
or
right?
privilege.
Her privilege.
Her privilege was shown.
I think it's a little bit more than that because she's implying that she would not have. She's implying that she wouldn't be in this situation.
Might be a little bit of both, actually.
If ESPN wasn't picking people because they were black. I mean, that's what it sounds like she was saying. Like,
I get her point though.
I think it's more of an attack on Maria Taylor.
ESPN's been getting ragged on for not having more blacks in certain situations and stuff.
See, this right here, because I made a face when you first saw that. When I turn to ESPN, it's always I see the representation.
Mm-hmm. Now,
so where and I could be wrong. Where are they lacking in that? On screen.
And not that I watch it a lot, but NASCAR, they don't have a lot of black analysts. They do have some black analysts in golf now. Maybe a few.
Let me dissect what you said. There's not a lot of black repretation in that sport. Period.
I don't even know if there's a lot of black viewership.
That's the thing
in there too. That's what I'm saying.
I understand that, but you're still talking about a very small fraction. You're still talking about a very small fraction in NASCAR. There are black owners. Brad Doherty, he's former NBA player. Michael Jordan. So it's getting there. And it's definitely getting there. But you can't expect
immediately. No. But these are the things that I'm reading. These are the things that they're saying in the articles and stuff, So I kind of think people are actually jumping the gun about it, truthfully. If you really want to be technical.
I don't know. I don't think
the diversity
overreacting about it.
They're jumping the gun on diversity. What are they jumping the gun on?
They're jumping the gun on seeing this representation right away. When we get representation,
ESPN has had black faces for decades.
That's what I'm saying. I don't see
that's what I'm saying. I think they're.
I don't see a problem here.
A bunch.
There's a lot of black people on ESPN. Their biggest revenue person is black, which is probably Stephen A. Smith, right?
It didn't used to be.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, so my thing is, again, this is my point. I would prefer to see Maria Taylor, not because she's black.
I would also.
Not because she's black. I just think she's
good at what
she does. Rachel Nichols is okay, but
Rachel Nichols never played basketball.
But not only that, bro. You don't need to play basketball at least for me. You don't need to have played basketball to hold my attention. She's kind of how do I say this? There's a certain style that she has that just doesn't appeal to me. I want you to talk more about X's and O's. She's kind of, I don't know.
She's gossipy. You know what it's I don't know. Not so much that here it is. I can easily see her on MSNBC or one of those channels or CNN as a journalist. I mean, as a doing almost the same thing. There's it's a lack of I don't want to say knowledge. She just doesn't come off like she's like really into sports. It's like she's a journalist first,
right?
In sports second, whereas Maria Taylor seems like she's fan of the sport, in a journalist
she's been
section.
in sports. She's been in sports, and I think that's where y'all drawing that connection because y'all play sports too, and you can tell when someone knows the sport, and you would rather sit and listen to them talk versus someone that is a journalist. And I would also. I'm that exact way because I play sports too.
Yeah, we can even go to. I'll name a white person, a white lady that I would prefer to hear. I like Doris Burke. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about color. It's the style. Like let's go back to NFL Countdown or whatever the show used to be. I like Berman. You know what I'm saying? It's just a certain style that you have, and certain people like take control of the show in the moment, and they guide it a little bit better. I don't always feel like Rachel Nichols has that good of a control of what's going on during the show. Right. You know, it's just like not
Sunday Night Football with Madden. When he was on Sunday night and Monday night.
Right. It's just a certain style. You know what I'm saying? I prefer Maria Taylor to Rachel Nichols. Now there might be somebody else that's better than Maria Taylor. Like me personally, I don't have that I'm not tied to any of them, to be honest with you. So nobody is that iconic to me that they can't be bumped or replaced with somebody else. Correct. You know.
Yeah, maybe your style is not hitting with the fans at that certain moment.
That's my point.
We've seen the numbers, and we're going a different direction to see if we can get the numbers
right.
up a little bit,
you know? Whoever she's on that platform with, maybe the higher ups think that Maria Taylor will be a better fit. It doesn't mean that you're bad at what you do or they favor you over this. It's not about that. A lot of times they're just looking for chemistry.
Let's keep it 100. She's gonna relate better to the players that are out there playing. Also,
yes, for sure.
Let's just keep it 100. You know, she's gonna relate better because she's played basketball and she's a black woman. So she can relate to a black man faster. You understand?
I don't even want to make it about. I don't even want to make it about. I'm not trying to make it that
either. But if we being all the way 100 about it, you know,
I don't care. Because I feel like Doris.
I'm not tied to him either, though. Ty.
Yeah, I feel like Doris Burke would have a connection as well.
Definitely. We just all feel like there's somebody better than Rachel Nichols that could do it and should maybe during the finals.
I've never really been a fan of Rachel. I'm be honest with you. I've never really been. I don't watch.
I don't
the jump
dislike
like
her.
That.
I never.
When I watched the jump, when I watched the jump, it was for like Paul Pierce or Matt Barnes or something like
Tracy
that.
McGrady.
It wasn't. Like Tracy McGrady. It wasn't for Rachel Nichols for sure.
Be on there, yeah.
Right.
I dig it.
Right. Yep. Let's move on to the NBA Finals. Did y'all watch the game tonight?
Nope.
No, I didn't watch the game.
Didn't watch?
Nope.
I didn't watch the game.
No. What were you doing, Ty?
Sleep.
Oh, go lay down.
Go lay down.
Go lay down.
Wow. For sure. I would if I don't do that, then I'm not gonna be doing this at this time. So
I hear you. So the Suns won again. They up 2-0.
Okay. Who had it any other way though? I picked against Chris Paul because I have been this whole playoffs, so I just kept my trend going. I'm just gonna keep going so he can win one, you know.
Right.
So didn't surprise me they're up 2-0, especially with Giannis being hurt. I don't think he's still 100%. I mean, he probably out there doing his thing.
Giannis was balling tonight though.
If he's 100%, I still think they lose. Because
I just think Giannis has Phoenix to expand. Is a more complete team.
Yeah, Giannis has to expand his game.
He does. Yeah. He needs to be a better shot. And I'm not saying he needs to be like 25%.
He a jump shot away from being like deadly though.
He's looking like he's never gonna get that jump shot though.
He needs to. I can't say he needs a 3-point jump shot, but he needs a mid-range jump shot.
He need a 15-footer. He need a nice little 15-footer.
He need a 20. He need a 20 also.
Yeah, 42.
I feel. Yeah, because the game is based on shooting and spacing now. So if you can't shoot in the open space, then they're gonna leave you there. Look at how people guard Ben Simmons.
If he developed
nobody guarding Ben Simmons.
If he just developed a triple post, I mean, he would be. That's all he needs.
You mean a triple threat move?
Yeah, the triple. Yeah, just that operating in that area.
In a triple threat.
Right. Yeah, like where KG used to get down, where Tim Duncan used to get down. If he had a little semblance of that, just a little bit deadly. But you know,
I'll do you one better. I think if he had a Horace Grant 10, 15, 12-footer jumper that he could just make from anywhere on the floor, he might be a completely.
That's what I'm saying. Get him if he had a 15-footer, bro. Yeah,
I think the new
super nasty.
I think the analytics people mess basketball up, bro, because you need that mid range. Not everything is right at the rim or the three, and these players don't know what to do.
Nothing in between. There's nothing in between.
They don't know what to, because if Giannis can't run past you
or shooting a 50-foot 3-pointer,
if Giannis can't run past you and dunk, he lost. He lost. Yeah. Like he should be able to do something. Look,
it's the same thing with LeBron. LeBron has gotten better in the last 2 to 3 years, 4 years.
LeBron can shoot a 3 though.
Yes,
he's streaky, but at least he can shoot.
Can't leave him open.
Yeah,
right, and that's where I'm getting to. Like, if Giannis had maybe made 35% of his threes this year, he'd be a completely different player.
Bro, Giannis be out there at the 3. Shot. He'd be at the 3, and there'd be nobody near him.
That's what I'm saying. They do him like Ben Wallace.
It's crazy.
They do him like Ben Simmons. My bad. They do him like Ben Simmons.
Right.
It's crazy. It's hilarious too. But the real story is Chris Paul cooking they big men.
That's what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, but you can't let your big man be out there on the island like that getting switched off. You can't do that. If you see the man coming up for the screen, you yell for the switch or
that might be what Monty Williams told them to do. Not Monty Williams, Budenhauer told them to do.
Man.
To
see him go off,
do y'all
like
think
it's ridiculous?
Y'all think Bucks can take a game up in Milwaukee?
Yeah,
it's going back to Milwaukee now.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna get. They're not gonna get swept.
They're probably gonna take 2.
I think Middleton is gonna go off. I got the Suns in 6. I think at the very least the Bucks will get at least 1. But you never know. Chris Paul might get hurt again.
I know
something might happen.
Your home rim feels a lot better than going to somewhere else and shooting.
I never understood that because wherever I played, I was comfortable.
That's weird. That is weird.
I think it's more than that. With some people.
I think it's more than that. It's the fans and things like that.
That's why you get a rush from that, man. That's why I used to when I played basketball. I used to get a rush from like playing at home. But I mean, it's anywhere you're familiar with. Period. It's not just being at home. It's anywhere you're being familiar at. Period. Because when you play somewhere familiar, you feel you can loosen up. You can play your way. You don't play tense. You don't play different than your normal game.
That's why I love them killers, bro. I love them killers that go into your gym and they love the booze.
Shut you down.
Tear your heart
they thrive off them boos. They thrive like Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller would thrive off being booed, and Gary Payton was nasty like that too.
Kobe Bryant.
Gary Payton used to be like that, man. Gary Payton was just a nasty ball player, bro. He just look at you.
I like Gary Payton because he didn't care who you were. He was gonna talk crazy to you. Yes. He didn't give a damn who you were. He was gonna definitely talk crazy to you.
So, Ty, you got it going. What'd you say? 6?
Yeah.
Where you got it going? You got it going 7, 6.
It might go 7. It might go 7. They might still win in Phoenix, man. Phoenix might get lazy a couple games. So I don't hold nothing. I don't hold nothing against them.
I don't see it.
I
think Chris Paul and Booker are too locked in, bro.
Yes.
I think them two locked in.
I watched the game tonight and they look locked in. Now, here's the thing. I think if, like you mentioned, Ty, if Chris Paul don't get hurt.
Yeah, if injury might pop up because we've seen a lot of injuries this postseason.
If they can stay healthy and everything is the way it is now, I'm calling for a sweep.
I don't think they're gonna sweep them.
No, they're not gonna sweep.
I'm calling for a sweep.
It'd be a gentleman's sweep, if anything.
We gonna see.
Wait. What's a gentleman? Wait. Hold on. What's a gentleman's sweep?
They get 1 game.
So a gentleman's sweep is 5 games.
Call that a gentleman's sweep.
Why is that called a gentleman's sweep? I've never heard of this term.
Did you allow them to get 1 game? Yeah, I've heard that plenty of times. Did they allow them to get 1 game?
Yeah, that's what they called the Detroit, LA one back in the day.
Okay,
gentleman's sweep.
This is a gentleman's sweep. Okay,
we let you
I like that. I like that. But no, I think they if everything just I'm seeing the way they play, and I don't see. I don't know. Maybe it's different when they get the Bucks to get home. You know, I'm just seeing. I'm seeing a team that can pretty much score when they want to score. I don't know how the Bucks can overcome that. Maybe they get more hype at home.
I think yes, and I don't mean to cut you off. I'm just gonna hop in for a second. I think Middleton and the rest of the Bucks role players are gonna have good games at home. So that's why because Chris Middleton has been going off in the playoffs, but primarily at home.
At home.
So I think when they get home, he's gonna go off, and I think Giannis had 42 tonight. Let me see what Middleton had.
He had 42, and he had 20 in the third quarter.
Middleton had.
So think about him.
Middleton only had 11 points, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Think about him.
Middleton's gonna go off in Milwaukee, so they're gonna get at least one. They're gonna get at least one.
We'll see. If the series is if the finals is still going on, right? Okay. If the finals is still going on by the time we do the next show, that means I was wrong. If it's over, that means I was right. So I'm calling it now. We're gonna have the same talk next week. And I ain't betting nobody or anything like that. It's just, I watched a little of the first game. I watched a lot of the second game. I just, I see things. I'm not saying they giving up. I just don't see. I don't know, man.
That's because they're in Phoenix.
I'm gonna definitely watch this next game.
Now, the barometer is this third game. Like if they get smoked out the gym in this third game, you might be right. If the third game is either close or the Bucks win, then we'll know. I think the Bucks are just a better home team as well.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Let me ask y'all this kind of. This kind of off the subject. It's basketball related, but NBA related, but it's kind of off the subject a little bit. Do y'all think that the NBA should have, seeing as though all these injuries and things like that, and people didn't get to see they matchups, as LeBron would like to say, do y'all think the NBA should have had more of a longer off season?
I don't think they could afford to.
I don't think they could have afforded to, but I do think they should have gave the players games off.
Yeah.
To rest up.
Yeah.
And to be able to, like that game management stuff,
because they were doing like 3 games in a row sometimes, weren't they? Right? Yeah. Yeah, that's too much.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. So, like they kind of shot themselves in the foot with the game management argument.
Yeah.
The NBA definitely should have managed those games.
They need game management. I think they need game management in a regular
game load management
82.
is what I'm saying. My bad. Game load management. My bad. I think players should be afforded those games when the season is tight like that. That way you cut down on injuries and you cut down on those minor hiccups that could happen where somebody is in COVID protocol and all of that type of stuff. That stuff matters, especially when the season is shortened and you're doing it in less days than you normally would do it at a hastened pace.
Yeah.
So people are gonna get injured, man.
Either that or they should have just shortened the season a little bit.
A little bit more, yeah, because they only played 72 this year and they normally play 82.
Right.
So if you was gonna do it right, you probably would have went at about 65, maybe 70 games. I mean, 72. I would have said 65. Everybody plays 65 games, a shortened season.
How many did they play last season?
70. I think 70. Because they came back and had like I think so because
they came back and had
the little 2-3 warm up.
Yeah. They played 72 games last year.
72?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. How do y'all enjoy the same amount of games?
How'd
y'all enjoy these seasons? I mean,
it was a down season for me. I enjoy like watching some stars play, and I enjoy watching Steph Curry get his form back and almost carry his team to the playoffs. That was a pretty cool. Nobody had them going to the playoffs, so I think I enjoy watching.
Weird to me, man.
It was a weird
This was
season.
a very weird.
But
It just don't feel. It didn't feel right. Like,
but I like those stories like that stick out in the season. Like Russ averaging another triple-double and breaking a record and stuff like that. Those type of stories were cool, but for the majority, I thought it was a down season, in my opinion.
I'm a Bulls fan, so you know every season is a down season.
Hey, let me ask y'all both this, and then we'll move on. Tyree, who's MVP of this season? You got us MVP.
I think who won it was the MVP. Jokic.
Oh, so they gave him the MVP? I didn't know that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
He got it.
I
Where the hell have you been? You missed all the awards?
I thought they come with the awards after the finals.
No, it was during the,
they do it
the start of the
or?
playoffs.
Yeah,
have they always did it like that?
Yeah,
almost the end of the first
for
series.
the most part, yeah.
Almost the
I
end
always
of the first
thought they
series.
came with that after. So I did not know that. It shows you me. I didn't do my homework.
Well, they started doing it a little bit earlier.
Okay.
But normally,
Paul in the alternate timeline.
Right. Kobe got his.
I always thought they did it after the season. So, okay.
Remember, they used to do it almost in the finals or toward the finals.
Yeah, it's always.
I thought they did it like in the end, like right
it's
around.
Always during the playoffs, though. It's like what they would do is they would taper it. They'll start like with the 6-man, and then you'll get the defensive player of the year. Now they just give them all out like within a week.
So they don't stagger them no more.
No. That's probably
just one day. Just say here go every.
It's still slightly staggered, but it's not over a longer period of time.
A couple days.
It's a few days now,
bro. They did not. They used to did not announce that to
the MVP used to come like at the end. Like now it's pretty close with the rest of them.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. My bad.
Paul living in another time. Like, so
I'm living in a variant, bro.
Who you think gonna win the '96 finals?
So who you think gonna shoot Abraham Lincoln?
I know that ball guy was in the '96 finals. What's his name?
You think this Michael Jordan kid gonna be good?
What's his name?
Because I don't know.
Kid. He 36. Talking about he a kid.
Trump will ever be president? I'm a time variant, bro.
It's okay.
Speaking of time variant, Ty, did you catch up on Loki?
I'm on the not the last episode, but I'm on the 5th episode right now. I didn't finish it. I'm like halfway through.
I shouldn't even talk about this, bro. You do it.
I'm halfway through it already, but
this is a really good episode. That last episode of Loki was the best of the season.
It definitely was. Especially if you're a comic fan, it was definitely a lot of Easter eggs.
All right, so you kick off the comic stuff. What's the Easter egg in the comics?
Did y'all see when he went underground when he met all the other Lokis and they went underground? As they were panning down, there was Mjolnir sitting there, the hammer, Thor's hammer.
Mjolnir, yes, I did see that. You saw the hammer.
Did you see what was in the jar as they went down?
All of this
Thor. He was trapped in the jar.
It was not Thor. It was Throg.
Who was that? Who was
Throg. Who the hell is Throg?
Who was Throg?
There is a version of Thor that is a frog. Well, Loki turned him into a frog, actually, in this storyline.
Okay.
But
all right.
He was in the jar, bouncing off the jar.
I thought it was just because it panned so fast. I thought it was just a small version of
You
Thor.
had to slow it down. No, you had to slow it down to actually look at it.
All of that was a blur to me.
I actually paused it and went back and was like, "What was in the jar?" And it was a frog, and it had the Thor.
What was some other
Easter eggs? The Thanos copter. It was a helicopter.
Yes, I saw that. I caught that too. So what was that about?
The Thanos copter appeared in a Spider-Man like kind of kitty, like kind of relating to kids kind of comic book. It's just a fun comic story. But in the comic book, Thanos was in a helicopter, and it had Thanos.
I've seen this before.
So that's a cool little nod right there. Alioth being in it is an Easter egg and a comic book nod. Alioth protects Kang the Conqueror.
Okay.
Or he protects the timeline that Kang is trying to manipulate. Which is
are we saying Kang is behind all of this stuff?
Yes.
I'm gonna say
that's what a lot of people online are saying.
My theory is there's a dude named Ramatut and Ramatut is a version of Kang the Conqueror that lived in the ancient times, like Egypt. That's why you saw the Sphinx out there and all of that. But I think he is going to be Immortus, which is also another variant of Kang the Conqueror, almost in that same time. But I believe where they are is kind of like the bridge to Chronopolis, and I believe that the Loki variant that they might meet, or it might just be Kang himself, but I believe it's going to be Immortus or Ramatut or a version of Kang that we're going to meet that is basically dressed as a Loki variant.
So my thing is this: whatever they're doing has to tie into the next phase, right?
Right.
So
it's going to shape the next phase, basically.
So I'm not saying it has to be Kang, but it pretty much, something's got to connect to the next thing, because as we've seen, most of these Marvel small screen shows are connected to the universe, so they have to be going towards something. And for you to say that that's what's the smoke monster's name again?
Elias.
So for Elias to be there, saying that makes sense to me.
It's almost kind of confirming it, I did see also the head of the Living Tribunal. Now I don't know if it was a statue or the actual Living Tribunal. And the Living Tribunal is a person.
Where'd you see that at?
Kind of like when you see Loki come in.
Spoiler.
When it comes, no, it's kind of, well, yeah. When it first comes,
we've been doing spoilers, so if you ain't,
it is what it is.
You see, you pan over a lot of stuff.
Okay, I see it.
And I saw it on the ground. Like I said, I don't know if it was a statue or the actual Living Tribunal. Also,
now, but the Timekeepers statues, don't they kind of have 3 faces on them as well?
They do.
They
do. No, there's 3 different statues though. With the Living Tribunal, is one head,
right.
3
but
different faces.
I could have just been looking at it wrong, because I was kind of working and watching at the same time because I'm behind.
Right.
So I could have just looked at it wrong.
Right, but to me it looked like the head of the Living Tribunal. That Vote Loki is another Easter egg. Is from an actual comic book. They were actually comparing
the what Loki?
Donald Trump.
What'd you say?
Vote Loki, with the Vote Loki pen. That's an actual story in the comic books also.
Okay.
The older Loki was basically the Loki we know from the comic books. Basically.
Right.
Younger Loki is Loki that basically died, and his soul got put into a young man or a little boy, basically. And that is the Loki that I kind of enjoy a lot. But you got to see, and the black Loki was, I can't remember his name, but he had Mjolnir, and he's a version of Loki. He killed Thor and basically made Mjolnir out of a wrench and a railroad tie. So I don't know if y'all saw that up close or not either. But it was, as a comic fan, like I said, there were just so many. It could be Dr. Doom also. It could be Dr. Doom, because Dr. Doom ran a version of Chronopolis too, and that's basically where Kang lives. But it's a lot of possibilities. I just really believe they're gonna shape this into us coming into the comic book version of the timeline.
Right.
Like they're going to introduce everything and the multiverse of madness, and then we're going to be stuck basically in the 616, which is the comic book timeline. We're in a Marvel Cinematic timeline right now, but I think they're gonna gloss over or switch to the comic timeline and start doing more comic book accurate movies.
I noticed something when Elias was consuming people. He consumed the whole thing. Like, he consumed all of them.
Even the matter.
When he consumed the old man, there was a helmet left behind. What if the old Loki just transferred itself into the helmet?
This is my thing.
He didn't die.
This is my thing with the whole Loki dying.
That was weird.
And everything. Loki always has a plan. Always. And that's why, like, now, after hearing, spoiler alert, this last episode where you hear Loki, the old Loki, talk about how Thanos tried to kill him the same way that Loki died in Endgame. And he said he was a piece of matter in the background that you couldn't even see. He faked it so bad that the Mad Titan couldn't even tell.
Right.
So I don't think Loki died now. Now I don't think
I don't think
died.
that old man is dead. I don't, and
no,
I
don't think the original Loki from our timeline that we've been watching for the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
think that's
I don't
the
think
original
he's dead
Loki.
either. I think it is also.
That's the original. I think that's the original Loki.
I think so too. I believe that.
I think that's the original Loki because like you literally see when that thing he doesn't leave anything behind.
Right.
But he left the helmet behind. What if he would have like you said, he transformed himself into debris.
Mm-hmm.
But the helmet was there, and they made sure. And
look,
again,
we know Loki is not dead because we get another episode. So I mean,
watch that episode again.
No. You didn't finish the rest. You didn't finish. There's an older.
I was
Loki.
gonna say.
I know you saw the older.
I've already seen the older Loki. Yeah.
Right. He sacrificed himself. So I can't remember
and
the
Loki
girl's
could get
name.
away.
Sylvie. Right. So they can enchant Eliath.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So he sacrificed himself. But when he sacrificed himself, a helmet was left behind. Earlier that episode, he said that before he transferred himself into some debris
in the background
while he had an interaction with Thanos.
He essentially put a clone. I forget how he explained it earlier in the episode.
Yeah.
Because he was explaining it to Mobius.
I'm thinking he did it again.
He explained the difference between a clone and basically an illusion.
Right.
Basically.
Right. I'm thinking he did it again.
Mm-hmm.
And he is the Loki we know from Infinity War.
I think so too. I believe that also.
And we ain't gonna find that out until next week.
But I also think, like you said, when Eliath basically consumed anything, even those ships and the buildings. Look, he went for the buildings first because the matter, he feeds off the matter. I'm assuming more than he would a regular human. A human is nothing. You're small compared to him. But those big buildings, he can take all the energy out of those big buildings like that, and that's why he was creating Asgard recreating Asgard because it's so big. And it's so enormous that he knew that he would go for those big, tall buildings. But like you said,
but if he can eat matter and eat the buildings, why wouldn't he be able to eat a helmet?
Yeah, and I agree with that also. So that helmet being left behind, it makes it kind of suspicious. I mean, he could definitely make an illusion of himself and have him making buildings and stuff like that aren't real. He could definitely do that. That's nothing to Loki.
And I'm in the TV. I'm in the editing. I'm in the directing and things like that. You don't show a close up like that don't mean nothing. That meant something. That helmet being hit in the ground and being left right there, and that shot for a couple seconds, that means something. So we'll find out next week. We'll find out we'll find that next week. But when I saw that,
I think it's one of the best shows that I've seen this summer, and not knocking the rest of them. I've been waiting on this show, but it's definitely.
So you think this is better than the other short Marvel series?
If I'm picking a favorite, yeah, I've liked them all. Okay. I've liked them.
Yeah,
all.
I've liked
them.
If I'm
picking a favorite,
I like them all.
I like Loki too. I think because I'm a Loki fan. I guess I'm a little biased too.
But I don't know who's behind this one, but this one is the quality is just a little higher.
It seems like it's a little more straightforward too.
It's just I think it's in the pocket a little bit more than the other few. I think Falcon and the Winter Soldier was more true to it as well. WandaVision was kind of veering off, just trying to throw you a curveball, and then they kind of brought it back. So like half of their season, not half of it, but a good part of their season was like a curveball.
Like two episodes. Yeah, and then episodes. You're like, man, what am I watching?
And then they veered it back on path. But this one is a little bit more straightforward. It's more of a continuation of what was happening,
right?
Than the other stuff.
Yeah,
but I've enjoyed.
And we'll get more. Yeah, we'll get more into it later on the channel next week maybe. We'll get a little bit more into it, but I don't know, man. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for next week. Excited to see what we getting with Loki. What's after? What's the next thing after that? Is it well, we got a Black Widow movie next week
coming out this weekend. This weekend.
Yeah, this weekend. Okay.
Yeah, this weekend coming up. It'll be coming out.
But any more Marvel short series besides What If?
Not She-Hulk. She-Hulk.
Oh, She-Hulk. But that's
yes.
That's August
but
or
that's
September.
Like late
on.
Though.
Yeah. That's this year?
August or September. Yes, that is this year. It's August or September. So that's coming. You got Shang-Chi. I think Quantumania is coming out around. Well, no, my bad. That might be just in time for.
Okay, I got
you. Got the Eternals. When does the Eternals come out?
I got you. Hold on. What's next? What's next is What If, Miss Marvel, Hawkeye, Moon Knight, She-Hulk is next year, Secret Invasion.
It is next year, my bad.
Yeah, and then Secret Invasion. Those are the things that are upcoming.
But what's this year? I know you just said it. What did you say was this year though?
What If, Miss Marvel, and Hawkeye.
Miss Marvel. That's Kamala Khan, right?
Yes.
Or is that?
I don't know which one is going to be.
Kamala Khan joint.
Yeah.
No, I think it's gonna. It might be the movie. I'm not sure. Is it the TV show?
Okay.
Or is it Marvels?
What I'm looking at is supposed to be. These are supposed to be. You know what? I don't know. That's a good question. That's a good question. But I know Hawkeye is not a movie, right?
No, it's a TV show. It's definitely a TV show.
So I'm not sure about Miss Marvel. It says TV series though.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's going to be on Disney Plus. I'm pretty sure it's going to be on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I thought they were calling it Marvels though. I thought I maybe read. I might have read it wrong
because I didn't even know that was coming out with a. Yeah, I never heard anything about a Miss Marvel, but
I'm reading from Wikipedia, so you take it for what it is.
Man.
I'm reading it from Wikipedia.
See, Nina Mayo might be right. Might be in Wikipedia putting that in there. But that's about it, man. That's all I got.
I relayed.
What you got, Charlie?
No, I was gonna say I can dig into it and see what's going on with it because, like I said, I thought it was gonna be a show called Marvels where they were gonna dig into all the different versions of Miss Marvel. But I could be wrong too. So I'll look more into it and get back to y'all and let y'all know.
Let us see. I don't know.
Cool.
We'll
all right, man.
Come back to it later.
Get out of here, man. Let's get out of here. Let's run on up out of here.
What the hell?
What you doing? What you doing over there?
He gave you the
Mr.
remix.
Producer.
Bro.
Yeah, he gave you the remix.
Bro. I hit the button and the music cut off. I didn't do it.
Yep. Instagram and Twitter from Chicago. I'm sorry, I just butchered that. Instagram and Twitter from Chicago to Dummast Podcast, all one word. And YouTube from Chicago to Dummast Podcast. We are out.
I don't want to go yet.
Why not?
I'm having fun.
We are outie.